Hello everyone. In this equation, I am going to provide you with the solutions to 5 linear equations that include brackets or parentheses as we may say. I'm going to use a step-by-step approach. You may hear me speaking of the balancing method, but I'm going to take my time and hopefully you can master the concepts and the steps involved to successfully answer questions based on linear equations with parentheses. Here we go, question 1. My first task will be to remove the parentheses. So I'm going to keep the 6. 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 4, 12. All of that is equal to 24. I am going to connect like terms. 12 plus 6, that's 18, is equal to 24. I'm going to subtract 18 both sides. So when I subtract 18 from 24, I will get 6. And then I'm going to get rid of the coefficient of x, which is 3. To do so, I must divide both sides by 3. And when I divide both sides by 3, my x will be 2. Review, listen to my explanation, and follow accordingly. Question number 2. We have 2 pairs of parentheses to remove. That's the first thing we are going to do. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 1, 6 times x is 6x. And 6 by 1 is 6. I will now connect like terms on the same side. So I'm going to keep 10 across there. I am going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. It's the same as saying take across 6 over the equal sign. So the positive will become a negative. And then when I take a positive 2x across the equal sign, it becomes a negative. 10 minus 6 and 6 minus 2. We now get rid of the coefficient of x, which is 4. So if we divide one side by x, 4. If we divide one side by 4, we must also divide the other side by 4, and 4 goes into itself exactly 1 time. Here, you will see the presentation of the question. It's looking a little bit different, but we've gone through the concept, and I'll remind you, when we just see a sign before a parenthesis, it means that we are seeing the number 1, but it is imaginary. All right? So I rewrite my 7x, and as the positive govern these 2 positive numbers, they will remain, the number and the letter will remain positive. The variable and the constant term, they will remain positive. We now connect like terms. 7 plus 1, that's 8. I will now minus 2 from both sides of the equation. So 2 minus 2, that will be 0. 22 minus 2 will give me 20. I now get rid of the coefficient of x, which is 8. 8 goes into 20 2 times with a remainder of 4. And my last step will be to simplify the fraction. I can use 4. It goes into itself once, and it goes into 8 twice. All right? So we are going to move to our next 2 questions. It's a little bit longer, but the concepts are exactly the same. Okay? And we remove our parentheses first. 3 by x, 3 times 2, 4 times 2, x, and then 4 by 1. we will now simplify the left hand side. 3 plus 8 and 6 plus 4. Our next step will be to connect like terms on the same side. 11x, I'm going to bring across a positive 6x and it will become a negative. I am going to keep the 20x and I'll take across a positive 10 over the equal sign. 11 minus 6, 5, and 20 minus 10, that's 10. I get rid of the coefficient, which is higher than 1. Therefore, x will be equal to 5 goes into 10 exactly 2 times. And our last and final question. We bring down our 2 because 3 will govern the parentheses. 3 by x is 3x. 3 8s are 24. 4 times 2 and 4 by 1. We connect like terms, so we will have 3x plus 24 plus 2 will be 26. Good. And then we connect like terms on the same side. I'm going to take across the positive 8x, it will become negative 8x. I'm going to keep the 4 and I'm going to take across a positive 26. When this positive 26 goes over, it becomes a negative. 3 minus 8 is minus 5. 4 minus 26 is minus 22. I need x, so I must get rid of negative 5. If we divide one side by negative 5, we must do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright? A negative goes with a negative. 5 into itself is 1. Negative goes with a negative. 5 goes into 22 4 times and a remainder of 2. That brings us to the end of the questions for this video, but I encourage you to review, pause the video, alright? Listen to the explanation provided, make additional notes. I'm just going to show you each of the questions. Alright, this is our number 4. And then finally we have our number 5. At this stage I'll say thank you.